From the Chocolate Mountains to the Sea of Cortez, all along the border on a Thursday night, this is exciting Imperial Valley football on the Valley Sports Network. For Vic Carrillo, who couldn't make it tonight, he got a little under the weather. And for Butch Morales, the Hall of Famer from the class of 1994, Calexico High School, and the CEO of the Imperial Valley Quarterback Training Association is here to join us tonight. We welcome you to Cal Jones Field for the exciting matchup between the Calexico Bulldogs and the Central Spartans. It is homecoming tonight, and you can feel the festivity in the air where we just had a little dust storm. It's kind of subsided now, and we're getting set for the playing of the national anthem.
It's great to be here. Let's welcome everybody and enjoy this national anthem.
Take the handoff.
And he's met immediately behind the line of scrimmage.
He's carrying that guy, that Diego Burrola. He's carrying him with him.
Oh, high snap. Nagkill does not fall on it, and that's going to be recovered by the Spartans.
The last home game for the Central Spartans. Before we get started, let's welcome Tony Butch Morales, who is joining us on the air tonight as color commentator par excellence. Tony, welcome to the show.
Hey, John, thank you so much for having me. A great atmosphere here tonight. A little windy, but nonetheless cool. Everyone's excited to have a great game tonight. Hopefully it'll be a competitive matchup between the Bulldogs and the Central Spartans. I'm excited. I have pregame jitters all day today like I was playing, so I'm looking forward to an exciting matchup between these two teams.
Well, let's talk about the Central Spartans, starting off with their quarterback, Damian Rodriguez, who's coming in here with an excellent league record. This is their second league game and their last home game. His stats are outstanding.
He's been, all league last year. Had a couple of great games to begin with. Has kind of, played a little tough teams that did okay. But it's league time. It's league play, so it's time to step it up for all the kids out here.
Yeah, and he's 1,035 yards in the air for this season with 132 attempts. And then you've got Charlie Sullivan, who's got a total of 704 yards, as well as receivers. They call him Sergio Garcia, but I think the nickname is Bubba. They've also got Artie Estrada, and they got Gavin Marini, Skylar Cook, and these guys are the guys that are going to be the playmakers tonight for the Central Spartans. They're coming off a tough loss last week against the Mater Dei Crusaders, Mater Dei Catholic coming out of Chula Vista, and the Calexico Bulldogs are also coming off a tough loss last week against the vaunted Imperial Tigers. Let's look at Calexico and what they bring to the table.
Well, they're bringing a brand new quarterback whose first game experience, named Julian Silva. He is a senior. Unfortunately, they lost their starting senior quarterback, David Esquer, in the second game of the year to a torn ACL. And now Sean Torres, the sensational sophomore, who started off really strong, now he unfortunately has gone down with a calf injury last couple of weeks, and has re-aggravated it last week against Imperial. So now he's, taking a seat, and hopefully this new quarterback does well. We'll see here shortly.
Well, we're going to see for the Bulldogs. They've come up with a running attack with Zeus Pradis, Leo Canchola, and Abraham Castro. So the Calexico Bulldogs may need to change things up again. The key to the game tonight, I think, Butch, is to contain Charlie Sullivan, and be on him, and then try to stop Damian Rodriguez, because once he gets in the pocket, he is lethal.
You said it right. The three running backs that you just mentioned, they have to have a huge game tonight in order for them to compete. When you have your two starting quarterbacks go down, now the pressure's on them to run the ball and be creative on the offensive side. So I'm interested to see what the offensive coordinator for Calexico does. So talking to Boo Torres, they put in a lot of wrinkles this week, so we'll see how that goes for them.
Wrinkles? Can you expound on that answer?
Well, when you don't have your first or second quarterback, and you have somebody playing the quarterback position that does not have the experience, you're not going to drop him back just like you regularly do with the first and second string. You got to run the ball with him. You got to throw short passes. You got to get him comfortable in order for the offense to start running and driving the football down the field.
And we have seen that as Sean Torres picked up the reins a few weeks ago, back in, I think it was in Castle Park, and he came back for a Bulldog victory, and he was pretty poised in the pocket after his second, third game, but he is injured. So Calexico is elected to receive, and back in the backfield to receive we have Andrew Rivera and number
Frankie Martinez, I believe his
number
name
13.
Is. Yes, he's a new. He had his first game last week. Is a transfer from Las Vegas. Frankie Loeta Martinez is his name.
Oh, yes. I remember him. He had the ball a couple of times last week, as we call the Calexico Imperial game. So we're just about getting ready to start the kickoff.
Hey, John, and I apologize. It's Frankie Loeta Rodriguez.
Yeah,
Rodriguez. I believe I said Martinez. So he's a junior, number 13. So I look forward to him having a great game today.
And he's on the far side over there, kicking off for the Central Spartans is Miles Rodriguez.
Number 25.
Let's go. Let's get it. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be fun. Hopefully, like I mentioned, it's a competitive, tight game.
And I was talking to Jalen Fong, who's doing the game tonight out in Imperial and Hopeville, along with Cole Johnson, about the last time Calexico had beaten Central and Brawley in the same season. You're going back to 1974. Wow. I think you were born a little after that, right, Butch?
76, yes. A couple years after.
So we'll see what happens tonight.
Here we go.
And it'll go to Andrew Rivera. He'll let it go to the end zone, and the Bulldogs will take over at the 20-yard line as we start this last game at Cal Jones Field with the Central Spartans and the Calexico Bulldogs.
So now we're going to introduce here the starting lineup for the offensive for Calexico. We got at quarterback, like I mentioned, Julian Silva. Running backs will be Leo Canchola, Zeus Pradis. We got a receiver, Marco Esquer, Jesse Hernandez at receiver, and Benji Rodriguez at receiver as well. We'll go over the offensive line in just a bit here.
So out of the gun, Pradis will get the handoff. Kind of hesitant as he took the ball about 3-4 yards.
It's getting about 3. The offensive line needs to get a little bit more push. And speaking off on the offensive line, we got leading the offensive line is the center, Mario Arredondo, who's a senior, 6'2", good-sized kid. I like the way he plays. And then on the right side is Nicolas Leon at guard, and at tackle Gael Monzon. And at left guard is Jared Ramos, and Josmar Alvarado is the other offensive lineman.
2nd and 6 from the 24. Calexico out of the shotgun. Quick pass, and not
Is that a live ball? Pick it up. Oh,
Could have been a live ball, but I guess he threw it in front of him, and that pass was intended for number 4.
Brings up third down for the Bulldogs.
Marco was number 4, Marco Sker.
yes, that's number 4, Marco Sker.
So it'll bring him up 3rd and 6. And we'll get to the defensive starters for the Spartans in just a minute.
And Spartan fans, we need the defense right now.
So,
It's 3rd and 6, John. What do you think they're going to do here?
well, the obvious passing.
Yeah.
Let's see what this guy can do. Julian Silva.
Number 24.
Paradis in the backfield. Canchola in motion. Yo-yo motion. Well, they're going to give it to Paradis, and nobody fooled nobody as Skylar Cook came in from his defensive back position to put the stop on, and the Bulldogs faced with a 4th and long.
Good stop by the defensive front. We have at starting positions, we had Jared Martin leading the way. He's a sophomore, sensational playing from him last several weeks. At the other D-line, we got Eli Acevedo, who's a senior. Number 43, number 56, Michael Fisher. Number 40, Jacob De La Rosa. The linebackers, Charlie Sullivan, Josiel Rodriguez, number 12, and number 32, Rudy Lazaola. And then on the DB side, Alex Trejo's a sophomore, number 16, Nehemiah Perez, number 8, Gavin Marini, number 14, and Skylar Cook, number 10.
And Gavin Marini is back to receive the punt. High punt, not much distance as the Bulldogs may have wanted, but it'll be stopped at midfield.
That wind held it up a little bit and pushed it back, so they got Central has good starting position here on the 50.
And Luis Martinez punting the ball for the Calexico Bulldogs as they switch sides.
For the offense for the Central Spartans receiver.
Well, we'll see what Central comes up with and see what kind of defense Calexico brings up here. They're going to have to keep everything in front and hopefully eliminate those big plays, John.
And we got Damien Rodriguez, Charlie Sullivan. These two are the standouts for the Spartans.
And they're going man-to-man coverage for the defense. Looks like they're coming.
Sullivan
And there goes Charlie
hit
Sullivan for
a yard or two from the line of scrimmage, but gets another couple yards and takes it to the 46 of Calexico, 2nd and 6.
Number 3, which is Andres Ramirez, came up with a good tackle.
We have Sergio Garcia. Quarterback, we have Damien Rodriguez. And running back, Charlie Sullivan.
So a 2nd and 6, ball at the Calexico 46-yard line. Sullivan and Rodriguez. 3 receivers here to the right side. Rodriguez rolling this way. Pressured and dropped for a loss by number 28 for the Calexico Bulldogs.
Number 28, that's Luis Alcala.
So a loss of 3 for the Spartans on that sack.
That's 3rd and long now. And let's introduce the defense. Starting lineup for the Bulldogs is linebacker Troy Marin, one of their leading tacklers. Pedro Rioseco, number 12. He's had an outstanding year, not very big, but very scrappy. Linebacker as well, number 18, Carlos Hernandez. Defensive line, Thomas Ibarra leads them in sacks. And Diego Gorrola is the other D lineman, and Luis Alcala.
3rd and 9 from the 49.
Looks like we have
3rd down. And the defensive backfield, you have senior Andrew Pasaraba, number 2. You have Andres Ramirez, number 3, who made a nice stop earlier on 1st down. And then you have Jose Lara, who's a senior defensive back, and Ishmael Burgess is also a senior, number 8 at the defensive back. Those kids have to have a good game and stop their big plays tonight when they pass the ball.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Driscoll's. Driscoll's has been serving the Imperial Valley since 1979. They take great pride in the years of experience and quality of custom silkscreen and embroidery services. Make sure you stop by to check out their huge selection of sunglasses, sandals, and street clothes located at 1470 West State Street in El Centro. That's Driscoll's. And by Burgers and Beer. 260 North Imperial Avenue, open 7 days a week and serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Come watch the VSN Game of the Week at Burgers and Beer. So coming out of the huddle now, the Central Spartans with a 3rd and long from the Bulldog 49.
Maybe a little screen pass here. They got to watch. They're really good at that.
They're in doubles formation. Charlie Sullivan coming out of the backfield, going over the middle, and Gavin Marini takes the pass deflected by number 3 for the Calexico Bulldogs. That's Andres Ramirez for a first down, a pickup of close to 10, 20, 35 yards. So
Great catch by number 14. He hasn't had a great start to the season, but he is a big part of the offense. They got multiple receivers, and he just went up and grabbed that ball out of the air. He was the more aggressive, and typically the most aggressive one goes after the ball, gets the ball. Good catch.
First and 10 at the 15 for the Spartans.
You got offsides, number 28.
Looks like it might be against the
A little too eager right now. They gotta slow it down, be under control, be poised, and watch the ball when it's in front of them. They cannot move. They cannot afford to do those mistakes. They got to play a good, perfect, near to perfect game to be in this ball game with the type of talent that Central has.
Well, they're Division 2, number 4 seed. So that says a lot for the Central Spartans. First and 5.
Another offsides. This is number 53 now. He's over the ball, and move is just once
so
again.
that gives them a first down, first and goal now for Central.
And now it'd be first and goal at the 5-yard line for the Spartans.
So 2 costly mistakes for the Calexico Bulldogs here in the first quarter, 8:12 to go. No score in the ball game, but Central is knocking on the Bulldog door. Sullivan with a handoff. And the ball was taken away by Troy Marin at the 30. He's going down the field and brought down from behind. Troy Marin just grabbed that ball away from Charlie Sullivan, and he was brought down by number 15, Emiliano Morales. Calexico. I'm stunned, Butch.
That was actually number 3 who made the tackle.
Oh, okay.
That was what's the name? Receiver.
Cenico Garcia.
Yeah, that was a great hustle by him. He saved a touchdown there. But great play by Troy Marin. That's an excellent, aggressive, took the ball and took it away.
And way down at Bulldog territory at the 5-yard line. So first and 10, Calexico. Unbelievable. They're called.
You got to secure the football, John, especially when you're about to score that touchdown.
That's the first time I've seen someone take the ball from Charlie Sullivan. Tonight's game is brought to you by Imperial Valley College in collaboration with the Imperial County Behavioral Health Services, who cordially invites you to take action at their annual World Mental Health Day Summit tomorrow, Friday, October 7th, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at IBC. Join us for the free workshop, lunch, and live music. The theme tomorrow is Taking Action. By RDO Equipment sells the best brands like John Deere, Vermeer, Topcorn, and Rutgen Group, and more. On State Route 86 in Imperial, whether you're seasoned pro in precision ag or just getting started, RDO Equipment Company is what you need for your success in the field. So first and 10 for the Bulldogs.
We'll see how they change it up here. They got to keep on going downhill and hopefully get some positive yards with their running game.
Julian Silva. Canchola in motion. Julian Silva will run the option. Run it like a pro. Gives it to Leo Canchola as he's turning the left side up. So you ran the option, Butch, back in 1993 under Coach Gutierrez, Coach Armstrong, Coach Gonzalez. And Coach Gutierrez was the guru of running that triple option for Calexico. And
the quarterback did an outstanding job there. He, rode him well. The running back, the first initial run.
Went down the line.
Down the line, and then, they came up and he did the good pitch. And,
picked up 4 yards.
That's good. We'll take 4 yards.
You can watch Air Force on the weekend and see that option to the T.
They do an excellent job of it.
So second and about 6, second and 7 for Calexico at the 33. Silva now coming this way. No, yeah, he's coming this way. Trying to turn it up, but gets pushed out of bounds at around the 30-yard line. There's a penalty flag on the field. And we'll see what the call is by head referee J.J. Jackson.
I saw a stiff arm on the defensive player, but I didn't see anything that would cause a flag. Unless he grabbed the face mask.
Personal foul
on the defense.
That's a huge penalty.
So in addition to getting a few yards for Calexico. They're going to first down, and inside the green zone, maybe inside the red zone. They're going to move it inside the 20, Butch.
You know, Calexico's just only going to get more confident as they get closer to the end zone, and you know, it's going to be a little harder for them to stop them, but they can't shoot themselves in the foot. Defensively wise, they got to stay sound and disciplined.
Julian Silva, Zeus Bradis in the backfield on a 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Curious to see if they're going to come with a pass here, John. I want to see how this kid throws.
Well, he's been running pretty good. Bradis will take the handoff and turn to the corner and just barrels his way inside the 10 for a pickup of 5. Maybe more. From our vantage point, it's 8 yards.
It was a good counter play. They send their receiver in motion to the right and came back to the left, which was excellent. Bradis has had an excellent year. He's a tough runner. He's big. He's about 190 pounds.
He's a sprinter. He's
5'11", almost 6, or maybe 6 feet, and he's as strong as an oak.
2nd and 2 from the 8-yard line for the Bulldogs. But Bradis fumbles a football as the exchange didn't happen. Central recovers.
Those mistakes kill you, John. You know, Centro did it on this side of the field. Now it's Calexico. It's going to go back and forth, and these teams got to capitalize. Once you take advantage of a mistake, you got to capitalize and not turn the ball over. So now you got defense on the field, and hopefully they could put a stop, or Central's going to have to put a good drive together to get in the end zone, because they're at what, at their own 9-yard line right now.
Well, you got a new quarterback out there. He's just getting his feet wet.
That's tough.
You got a big game against the Central Spartans. The pressure is on.
His first game.
So Damien Rodriguez, quick pass, caught. And that is Sergio Garcia coming down the near sideline. Got one guy to beat, and he is brought down at the 45 of Calexico by number 28 for Calexico. That is
Luis Alcala. Good play. Once again, it was a quick screen to Bubba's, and he took that ball and ran it for about maybe close to 50 yards. So good execution there.
6:02 to go first quarter. No score in the ball game here at Cal Jones Field. Central and Calexico. The first time they played, 1915. And here it is, 2022.
Calexico's cornerbacks got to do a better job in tackling.
Damien Rodriguez. Sullivan coming out of the backfield, looking for him. He's wide open and all the way down untouched. Charlie Sullivan, touchdown Central, takes it from the 44 of Calexico to the house.
Great pass play by Damien Rodriguez there. He put it right on stride, right on the arms, and Charlie Sullivan just ran it all the way without breaking any stride. So great pass by their quarterback, senior quarterback Damien Rodriguez, and great catch by Charlie Sullivan.
So hitting pay dirt first are the Spartans with 5:45 to go in the first quarter. Miles Rodriguez for the point after.
A false start by the offensive line.
Looks like offsides on the defense.
On Calexico.
Oh, no, I thought it was on the offensive side.
Well, that'll give the Miles Rodriguez special team a better chance at the point after. So half the distance. Miles Rodriguez splitting the upright. So with 5:45 to go first quarter, 7-0 Central. We'll be back with more in a minute on the Valley Sports Network.
Hippie Duck wants to remind everyone to stay active, play safe, and be cool this summer. Even if you don't have access to a swimming pool, there are plenty of other ways to cool off without going near canals. To play it safe, please remember Hippie Duck's rules. Never swim in a canal, never play near canals, and never jump into a canal. If you see someone fall in, get help or call 911. If something drops in accidentally, let it go. Things can always be replaced, but your life can't. Just stay away, and you'll stay alive.
So Miles Rodriguez kicking off for the Central Spartans. First touchdown of the game. Pooch kick it. Picked up by Marco Esquer. He's scrambling and brought him down by number 12 for the Central Spartans.
That's Josiel. Last name Rodriguez. Good tackle, good open field tackle, solo tackle.
So Calexico will take over on downs at their own 25.
So John, once again, talking about capitalizing on the mistakes. Central did that. Calexico unfortunately wasn't able to. Central was able to capitalize. That's what you got to do in order for you to be successful and take advantage of those errors and go up ahead and win ball games.
That's true. Calexico now with a 1st and 10. Inside the 25 at the 23. Bradis finds a big hole.
Good run.
And we'll take it to the 30, a pickup of...
He took a hit by Skylar Cook and kept going.
Yeah, that was a huge hole. Was that a trap play? So we've got a 2nd and 3 for Calexico. More 2nd and 2.
It was a good hard run by Paradis. So 2nd and 2, they could be real creative here because if you don't get the first down, you still got 2 yards. See what they do with the offense. Give the ball to their
Castro.
Castro.
Number 26.
Running back there, number 26.
Andres Castro.
Andres Castro will get the first down for the Bulldogs.
John, they have to mix it up with their running backs. They got Canchola, they got Castro, and Paradis. They can't rely on just Paradis all day long. They got to move the right, left, counter it, trap it, and go in all directions.
1st and 10, Calexico. He's got Castro in the backfield. Canchola in motion. Castro will get it this time. He just pounded his way forward, barreling up to the 40. So another pickup of 7.
You got to give credit to that offensive line. There's a big push by the front lineman there. Excellent job to pick out about 7 yards. Good run by Castro.
4:16 to go first quarter. Calexico with a football at their own 41.
Calexico just got to go downhill, and they've been able to get good, successful runs.
Paradis will take it. Not quite for the first down. He'll gain 2. He'll still need a yard more.
Oh, John, he's down holding his leg. Hopefully he's okay.
Looks like a player is down for the Bulldogs.
You can't afford to have him down.
No.
He's a big part of their offense.
And we'll be back with more in a minute on the Valley Sports Network.
DPDAC quiere recordarle a todos que se mantengan activos, jueguen seguros y que sean cool este verano. Si no tienes acceso a una alberca, hay muchas maneras de refrescarte sin acercarte a los canales. Para estar seguro, recuerda las reglas de DPDAC. Nunca nades en un canal, nunca juegues cerca de un canal y nunca te metas a un canal. Si ves a alguien caer en un canal, busca ayuda o llama al 911. Mantente alejado y seguirás vivo.
At Burgers and Beer, our customers are like family. Let's hear what a few of them have to say about us.
We're here at Burgers and Beer with the best burgers in town.
We get to sit together and enjoy the great food.
I like from Burgers and Beer is in the lemonade.
For the fresh iced tea, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
This is wonderful, very fast, very efficient.
I love the great food and family environment. I love the burgers and the customer service.
So come and see us and find out for yourself at Burgers and Beer.
Looks like Zeus Paradis was carted off the field with what we kind of came up with was, for the instant replay, a knee injury. So he may be sitting out more than a play. So third and very short for Calexico at their own 43.
Third about 1 yard.
Castro gets the first down, barely, but he'll take it to the 44. So it looks like they'll move the chains for the Calexico Bulldogs.
Good second effort by Castro. He was hit right on the line of scrimmage and was able to, lunge forward to get a yard. So good run.
So 1st and 10 with 3:17 to go first quarter. Calexico on the move. And you're right, you've got to play another play. You mentioned earlier, Butch, that Zeus Pradis, you can't always go to him. You've got to mix it up.
Hey, football is about 11 on offense and 11 on defense. You got to play together and use every single player on the team to be successful.
Castro finds some open running room, but
good tackle by Gavin Marini there.
Wasn't quick enough to get to the outside. So a loss of 2. Looked like more from up here, but it was a loss of 2. It'll be a 2nd and 12.
Gavin Marini read it well and stepped up and plugged the hole and made a good tackle. Good job.
Esquer Realty is your hometown real estate office in Calexico and serving the entire Imperial Valley for 30 years. Go see Mark Esquer of Esquer Realty, the mark of excellent, 357-9707.
Hey, John, we haven't yet to see the quarterback throw a pass here. Hopefully he could air it out.
And he's rolling out, getting pressure. And pass is caught by Marco Esquer to the right flat. Move the chains across midfield to the 45 of Central. And it looked like De La Rosa was chasing him.
Number 4, did an outstanding job. This is Marco Esquer. Caught the ball and kept his legs going. And nice pass by what's the name? Julian quarterback Silva. On the run, hit him right on stride, right on the numbers, and great effort by Marco Esquer.
So 1st and 10 for Calexico at the Central 44 with 1.5 minutes to go in the first quarter, down by 7.
There's a flag, John.
We got a penalty on the field.
Is it timeout?
Timeout. That's their last timeout for the Bulldogs.
Calexico had 3 timeouts. Tonight's game is brought to you by Top Notch Barbershop. Go visit Big Chris at 317 Wake Avenue in El Centro for a one-of-a-kind haircut. Fresh fades, always a cutaway at Top Notch Barbershop. Subscribe to our VSN YouTube channel and follow VSN on Instagram. At Arctic Air, we know that having the right people on the job is just as important as choosing the best equipment. Our York-trained professionals provide you with top-quality equipment, skilled installation, and an expert analysis of your comfort needs. Contact Arctic Air Conditioning at 352-8855. And by Letterman & Bros, have you earned your varsity letter? Well, we'll get it done for you at Letterman & Bros. Call Dan at 693-5034. That's 760-693-5034. Letterman & Bros. And a big shout out to our color commentator, Victor Carrillo, who's watching from home. Vic, I hope we're doing good tonight, and I hope you're enjoying the game, and get well soon.
Big shoes to fill in.
High snap. And that is number 13, Loera Rodriguez. Frankie will pick up 2 and take it to the 42 of Central.
Paradis is back in, John. Good to see that.
Okay, good. And he doesn't look like he's limping from this vantage point.
Spartan fans, we need to see if your feet
got it down to a minute, first quarter.
Rattle on the bleachers. Are you here? Come on, feet going, feet going, feet going.
And Calexico brought back Troy Marin, who was on the injured list as well. And it was a surprise to see him with his tenacious defensive play. And he can also come in and play in the backfield when the time is needed. Paradis fumbles a ball on the exchange, and Julian Silva quick to jump on it. So that'll be a loss for the Bulldogs.
It's that timing, John. When you have a third-string quarterback playing the position, you don't have the reps that you have all preseason going into the season, first week, second week. So he's limited with that. and unfortunately, it's evident right now.
And so when when you're running the option, you can also pull the football back, and that kind of is confusing for a novice quarterback.
Yeah, that RPO, what they call run-pass option, it takes a lot of repetition, a lot of practice for you to get that mesh with that running back.
And that's the quarter.
And that's the end of the first quarter with Central on top 7-0. We'll be back with more in a minute on the Valley Sports Network.
Reducir el uso de.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's a 3rd and 13 for Calexico at the Central 48. Switching sides, going left to right now on your TV screen. And an update from the Imperial game in the first quarter. Imperial 10, Hauteville 0. And a quick pass to number 33, Conchola, is incomplete. He had a step back to catch it, but didn't. And so it'll be 4th and long for Calexico as they bring out the punting unit.
That timing wasn't there, John. The receivers, the offensive line, and the screen, it was a little off. So hopefully they could, get that in rhythm.
So Luis Martinez for Calexico will be punting. And back to receive Gavin Marini for the Central Spartans. As we start the second quarter of play in Calexico and Central's second league game. High snap, hits him in the head, and Luis couldn't find it. It was a high snap off his helmet, and excellent field position by the Spartans, and recovered by number 23, Ethan Thomas. So Spartans, good field position as we start the second quarter of play.
Big mistakes like this kill you, John. When you're playing well, you're in the game, it's a tight ball game, and then you turn it over and you give them the great field position, it's going to be a little bit easier for Central to score and drive it down when they have to go 40 yards down the field.
Special teams are a critical part of the ball game.
Huge.
Coming out of doubles with Charlie Sullivan in the backfield and Damien Rodriguez on a 1st and 10 at the Calexico 40. Damien Rodriguez scrambling out, coming this way, and he's hit by number 2 for Calexico. That is Andrew Pasaraba. But there's a penalty thrown by head referee, maybe a holding call.
Calexico's starting to do a little something different on the defensive side. Now they're moving back a little bit and giving the underneath. They don't want to get burned again for the big play, so now they're changed into like a cover 4 where you have the DBs having to go back and take care of a quarter of the field with along with the safeties. So they're trying to, like I mentioned, keep everything underneath and give them the underneath, not allowing that big play.
And that's good adjustment for the Bulldogs. And they're moving it way back.
They call a spot foul on that.
So they're moving it back into Central territory at the 44. They've got to get to the Calexico 32. So that's a 1st and 27. Going to your bread and butter, Charlie Sullivan stiff arms and finds a lot of room and takes it to the Calexico 35. Charlie Sullivan picking up 22 yards on that carry.
Hey, and John, when you bring those the defensive backs back and cover the deep threat, it opens up the running lanes. Linebackers, they're more vulnerable to have to make those tackles, and when you miss a tackle, now you're opening up a big, good offensive play calling by the Central Spartans there.
And you got to bring in the safeties to make those tackles. 2nd and 5, 11 and a half minutes to go, second quarter. Ball at the 35 of Calexico. Damien and Charlie in the backfield. Damien, a little slant pattern, passes caught, gets a first down.
By the freshman, number 15, Emiliano Morales. That kid is special. Freshman, playing at the varsity level. Not a lot of kids are able to do that. He's got great hands, great speed. Not very physical, not very big, but what do you expect from a freshman? But he is very athletic, and I like that kid.
You bring him up, and you let him play out here with the big guys. There's a penalty flag. Looks like, is it?
On the defense.
Personal foul
against the Bulldogs.
Against Calexico. So that's a big one for the Central Spartans, moving that ball up into the red zone.
Calexico defensive front has to put pressure on the quarterback, John, to be successful. You're allowing Damon Rodriguez just to sit in the pocket and throw the ball successfully to his receivers.
So at the 15-yard line, 1st and 10 for Central, heading toward the western goal. With 3 receivers on his right. Charlie Sullivan in the backfield. Damien Rodriguez calls the signals. The freshman with a yo-yo motion. Charlie Sullivan runs it up the middle.
For a gain of 4.
In on the stop, Diego Gurola.
Number 52.
And number 12, Pedro Rioseco.
Those kids play with heart, John. I like those. Those are not very big kids, but they're scrappy and they're aggressive, and they make tackles on the open field. They make individual tackles or unassisted tackles. I like them kids.
A pickup of 3 for Charlie Sullivan. The ball at the 12 going in for Central. Was it 3 receivers on the right? Marini, Estrada.
Man-to-man, they're coming. Man-to-man defense are blitzing, trying to get pressure. Nice pass.
And over there to Artie Estrada with a touchdown as he's running a post pattern, taking it to the house for Central, putting 6 points on the board, 13-0 as we wait for the point after.
Great call by the offense. You know, when they go man-to-man, it's tough for your DBs to cover every single receiver. Damon stayed in the pocket, poised, read the receiver, hit him right in stride, right in the numbers. So great pass and great route by Bubba's.
Milos Rodriguez barely gets that one over. So with 10:13 to go, second quarter, 14-0, Central Spartans. Donnie Wharton reminds you that when seconds count, you can depend on Reach Medical Transportation Services. Tonight's game sponsored by Sanders Incorporated. Architecture and engineering is our expertise, a leader in design, development, and delivery. Jimmy Sanders is a proud supporter of Imperial Valley football, and we wish all our Imperial Valley schools a safe and successful season. By Grasso's, an Imperial Valley tradition since 1955. Family owned and operated, located at 1902 West Main Street in El Centro. Grasso's is open Wednesday through Sunday at 5 p.m. Order to go or come in for that cool Italian dining experience. And by Imperial Printers, what can we print for you today? Give us a call at 352-1300, located at 430 West Main in El Centro. Imperial Printers. Milos Rodriguez going deep this time. Rodriguez Loera will take the ball up, finds a little hole. A picket fence, if you will. I'll take it to the 40. So a good return.
Andrew Rivera.
Was it Rivera, number 19?
That was Andrew Rivera.
Yeah, okay. Rodriguez is on the other side. Thank you, Butch.
He's a junior. I thought he was a senior. Great to know that he's coming back for another year. Great kid, top tackler for the defense on the side of the Bulldogs. The receiver runs. So I'm pretty impressed with his football skills.
No, Andrew Rivera, he was excellent play last year for the Division 5 Bulldogs, and this year as well with the Division 4 Bulldogs. Bradis finds a big hole up the middle, breaks the tackle, and takes it to the Spartan 31 from the 40. 10, 25-yard pickup.
John, that's all will right there. That's, you know, just getting the ball, not being afraid of just seeing the hole, seeing daylight, and just running through it. And great job again by the offensive line with that push, but awesome run by Pradis.
You got these guys here on the offensive line, the unsung heroes, you know.
I'll name them again, and starting with their center, which I really like. He's a 6'2", number 71, Mario Arredondo. He's their leader, team captain.
Bradis this time, and stopped by number 32 for the Spartans, Rudy Lizaola. But not after he picks up 5 yards, Butch.
Yeah, that was a good tackle, though. He read it, filled the hole, and took him down. But once again, great push by the offensive line. Just a good play by the linebacker there, Lizaola.
So in the second quarter, 9:07 to go, Calexico down by two touchdowns.
John, I'm sorry, they were successful with the pass, so why don't you pass it again right here, right now?
Bradis will get almost a first down marker as he picks up 4.
When you got Bradis, just give him the ball. It's a,
yeah, he gets past the linebackers, and he's hard to bring down because he's so quick.
So now we got a 4th down, though, 4th and short.
4th. 3rd, I think. 3rd and short. 3rd and 2.
Okay. My fault. It's 2. 3rd and 2.
I don't mean to correct you, but
no. I thought it.
Yeah, 27 years of 28 years doing it with Vic. He's only corrected me once.
That's okay.
So 3rd and 2. The ball at the 23 going in for Calexico. And you may see something different here. You were talking about a pass on a 3rd and short. Catch him off guard. So Julian Silva and Zeus Bradis. Double wing shotgun formation. Bradis gets the football, but didn't fool anybody, as you had Charlie Sullivan there reading it from his linebacking position. And now it's a 4th and 4, a loss of 2 on the play.
John, we talked about using your whole team here. You got 2 other running backs. Everybody was expecting the ball going to Bradis, but you got to use your other 2, 3 running backs too. Mix it up.
So Sullivan plays linebacker, read it well, came in and put a stop along with his fellow defensive lineman. 7:36 to go, second quarter.
Big 4th down here, John.
Bulldogs are going for it. Troy Marin in the backfield didn't get the snap.
Start on the offense.
No, that's Zeus Bradis doing the Wildcat. Number 30.
Those are some of the wrinkles they're throwing in. Just have your first or second string quarterback.
You saw Zeus Bradis, moving his hands, getting ready for the snap. So now the 4th down and 10. Ball at the 31.
And I'm pretty sure they haven't practiced that all up to this week. All season long, when you have 2 quarterbacks, there's no need for you to do that. And now when you have down 2 quarterbacks, you got to improvise.
And so they're doing it again. Julian will fake the dive, play action. And that's number 13, Frankie. No, that's Conchola.
Skylar Cook with a good open field tackle. He read it well, came downhill, and made unassisted tackle there.
Tonight's game is brought to you by CR&R Incorporated, Environmental Services. With recycling now more important than ever, CR&R Incorporated has developed innovative and recycling and reuse programs. CR&R Incorporated, the face of a greener generation. So now here we're getting set with the Central Spartans. Damian Rodriguez with the new running back in there.
Another
quick
screen.
pass to Artie Estrada. And brought down from behind hard by Pedro Rio Seco. Diego Gurrola in to assist.
Gain of about 6 yards on that play, John.
And they'll move it up to the 34.
Central, they throw that quick screen. They practice it. That's one of their bread and butter plays. It's a quick hitter. It's like a handoff, but in the form of a pass where you complete it and run real fast and get positive yards.
2nd and 4. Central. Sullivan in the backfield now with Damian Rodriguez, who rolls out to the right, lets it air. And the pass is caught by Marini, taking it to the Bulldog inside the 40. Stopped there by Andres Ramirez. And a first down for Central.
That's a great route concept, John. Wide open. You got flooding the right side of the field, so you only have a corner and a safety to play 3 receivers on the right side, and another great throw by the senior quarterback, number 7, Damon Rodriguez. It threw that on a rope right on the numbers.
Brings up a 1st and 10 for the Spartans. Damian Rodriguez calls the signals.
They're coming with pressure. Blitz.
High snap, rolls out. Beautiful pass is caught by Sergio Garcia, number 3, and will give them excellent field position here in the second quarter as they're in the red zone at the 15-yard line going in for Central.
John, they brought the pressure again. Linebackers crept up before the snap. Quarterback read it. He bailed out a little bit. Man-to-man coverage put good touch on the pass, and great catch by the number 3 receiver, Bubbas.
5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Central Spartans knocking on the Bulldog door again. Marini in yo-yo motion. Sullivan with a handoff. And Sullivan stopped by number 53 for Calexico.
That is number 53, Thomas Ibarra. He is leading the Bulldogs in sacks. He's got 5 sacks for the season. One of the top sack leaders in the IVL. His dad played with us. His dad, Edgar Ibarra, played 1994.
93-94, that magical year. Second and 8. High snap, but Rodriguez will make it happen as he goes to the left. Intercepted!
Underthrew it.
Andres Ramirez. Ball is intercepted inside the red zone.
So Andres Ramirez, another turnover for the Central Spartans, gives the Bulldogs a good, not good field position, but another chance to run the ball with 4:14 to go in the second quarter.
It was a poor throw by Rodriguez. Bad snap to start with, but underthrew it, unfortunately.
The always delicious burgers and beer. Neighborhood Road.
Sorry about that. We had someone get into the camera way there. I don't know who the hell it was. Huh?
Get him out of the way, John.
Move! Cabezón. Calexico with a handoff. And
that was Pradis. With
right, Pradis. Nothing there on that handoff.
They're coming up the middle, John. They're expecting for him to go with the ball or have him run the ball up the middle. Now they got to counter to the outside and use their speed receivers or speed running backs. Their slot receivers to get them on like a jet sweep, get them outside.
Second and 10 from their own 10. Calexico has the football. Julian Silva with Zeus Pradis in the backfield. And you got Frank Loera Rodriguez. But there's a flag. Delay of game for the Bulldogs. That's a 5-yard penalty. Not much breathing room way back there. They'll go back to the 5-yard line. They'll go back to the 10.
It's tough, John. Once again, they got a third-string quarterback who doesn't have the experience, and it's first game at Central's homecoming. Big crowd, a lot of pressure, but he's handled himself well. You just got to be able to call good plays and mix it up, and hopefully they could move down the field.
A couple of big plays by the Spartans that put them up on top of 14-0. Now they're at their own 5-yard line. with a 2nd and 15. He's airing it out.
And Julian
And
Silva throws it away.
intended for the chain gang, so it'll go incomplete.
I think that was intended to number 11. Who's number 11 here? That was Benjamin Rodriguez, senior wideout for them. Unfortunately, threw it over the top and got it to the sidelines.
Anyway, we've got 2:39 to go, second quarter. Calexico deep in their own territory.
The first 50 people that come to the snack bar will receive exactly what they paid
And
for.
Calexico with a big play soon enough could be right back in this ball game.
You got Prades in the backfield.
Silva airing it out, looking for a man, overthrows his intended receiver. That's Frankie Loera Rodriguez. So not much for Calexico. It brings a 4th and 15.
That's a tough,
Spartans will have a chance to get it in the end zone before the
I'm trying to, a tough series.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they weren't able to move the ball running or passing.
Now, hopefully the special teams have corrected the mistake that Luis Martinez made, or not him, but the center that hit his head, and he lost the ball in the air. So he's punting from his end zone, from the back of his end zone. So this is a very critical part here. And he'll get it off. Marini will take it.
And Marini.
He doesn't want to go down, but he finally goes down at the Calexico 40, 39-yard line.
That was an excellent punt coverage by Pedro Rioseco, who got there, broke down, and was able to hold on while his teammates got there to help him out. So it's critical right now. 2 minutes left and 24 seconds with the second quarter going into halftime. So they got to put a big stop together here, and hopefully they can keep it at 14 points and get the ball back and make some move on the offense.
So 1st and 10 for the Spartans. At the Bulldog 39, Damian and Charlie in the backfield. Damian dropping back. Somebody lost the helmet and sacked from behind.
That was number 28, Luis Alcalá.
We got 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
They haven't been able to get Charlie Sullivan going so far in the game. He's got a couple of runs, but
A pass from the back, coming out of the backfield. He was open right down here. And Charlie Sullivan is the main
I'm talking
weapon.
about giving the ball and running with it.
Oh, yeah, the Bulldog defense has been able to put a stop on that, but we'll see what the next play is. Damian Rodriguez rolling out, pressure, airs it out, pass is caught.
Number 15, Morales, Emiliano Morales, the freshman with nice catch. Good throw on the run. There's a lot of pressure he had. Number 52, who's number 52 on the defense for the Bulldogs? Diego Gurrola got in there and applied pressure, forced Damian Rodriguez to sprint out to the left, but he made an excellent throw there to the freshman, Emiliano Morales.
A gain of 9 yards for the freshman. Tonight's game is brought to you by Hart Insurance Center. For over 70 years, Hart Insurance has provided insurance solutions to the residents of Brawley, El Centro, and the surrounding areas throughout California. We have a heart for insurance. Look for our new location in Brawley on K Street. By Jesus Escobar, your county supervisor, District 1. Jesus Cachu Escobar is a proud sponsor of VSN. And he would like to thank his constituents of District 1, and he wishes the Valley teams a great season. By Johnny's Burritos, founded by Johnny and Ana Palomino in 1963, serving homemade Mexican and American food, located in Imperial and Brawley. And by IV Welding and Mechanical, industrial welding contractor, serving the geothermal and all industrial facilities in the Imperial Valley. IV Welding, a proud sponsor of Valley Sports Network. Call Fred at 760-482-WELD. So,
Third and 1, John.
Third and short. A 3rd and 1. Way back at the Calexico 30-yard line. With 1:24 to go in the second quarter.
Big play for both sides of the ball here. Calexico gets a stop, forces them 4th down. Central get a 1st down and still got time to get to that end zone. See what the defense does here.
The Damian Skylar Cook there in the slot.
They're going with the Wildcat. Another mistake.
Going with the Wildcat. That's Charlie Sullivan. That's
the 3rd time they've done this.
And it's late in the season to be making these mistakes.
And the ball's right in front of them, John.
First down for the Spartans.
And that gives them a 1st down, and they'll move it to the 25. So
1st and 10 of the 25.
It looks like they're going to keep that Wildcat with Charlie Sullivan. Come after me, they're saying. Come and get me. Charlie Sullivan. And put the pressure by the Diego Gurola and get some blocks.
Holding.
There's a holding penalty. And Charlie Sullivan scrambling.
We have a flag on the field. 2 flags.
Pedro Rioseco, extracurricular activities back there.
The offsetting penalties, was that on Rioseco, the 2nd flag?
Yeah, he kind of stepped back. He's going toward the sideline.
There is 2 penalties.
But I believe Diego Gurola had Charlie on the far side, and then he was able to get away.
Charlie's a great athlete, John. He's one of the best here in Imperial Valley. Real strong, real fast, very elusive. He'll be playing at the next level here next year.
Block in the back against the Spartans.
So it was an illegal block for Central. And did they get that other penalty? I don't believe they did. So it's only 1 penalty with the Spartans way back, a 1st and a whole bunch. The ball at the Calexico 42-yard line.
1 minute and 8 seconds.
Damian and Charlie. He's coming out of doubles. And there's movement that looks like Diego Gurola from his defensive tackle position.
I just don't understand that, John. You have the ball what's about 3 feet from you, right in front of you, and yet you move when the ball doesn't move.
Yeah, you move into the neutral zone, they'll call it every time.
You got to be disciplined and not move. The ball doesn't move.
And he's an all-IVL defensive lineman, 1st team from last year.
No, he's a great kid. He tackles well, real strong, real quick, and but those mental mistakes, John.
Yeah. Minute to go in this second quarter. Bulldogs down by 2 touchdowns. And we have the freshman in there for Central coming out of doubles, Damian Rodriguez. Damian looking to air it out.
He throws it up.
And he is pass intended way over there for Sergio Bubas Garcia. Goes incomplete as he was well covered.
We got a flag in the lineman vicinity.
Stopping the clock with 55 seconds.
And we see the hand signal.
J.J. Jackson going to give us a call. Personal foul. Face mask.
Face mask against the Spartans.
So they're going to bring it back. It's a 15-yarder, Butch. They're going to go back to the 45 of Central.
Costly mistakes, John. They have. They got the ball with 2 minutes, close to 2 minutes left on their side, on the Bulldog side of the field, with the opportunity to score. Now they're moving backwards because of those mistakes. They got to capitalize it at any time they get the ball on the opponent's side of the ball.
So 1st and I want to say at least 50 yards. 40, 44, 44 yards. The ball at the 44. Damian was screen pass to Charlie.
Nice
brought down from behind. That's Diego.
No, that's
28.
Luis Alcala.
28.
Luis Alcala read it well. saw the quarterback sprinting out and saw the lineman kind of pulling and just stayed home and was able to get to the running back.
So there's a timeout with 43 seconds to go in this first half.
Timeout.
We'll be back with more in a minute on the Valley Sports Network.
Reducir el uso de energía durante el verano es más importante que nunca. Este verano, IID le anima a hacer su parte al ajustar su termostato a 78 grados o más, evitar usar electrodomésticos principales de 4 a 9 p.m. y apagar luces innecesarias. Pero aún hay más. IID ofrece un número de oportunidades de ahorro de energía. Conozcan nuestros consejos de ahorro de energía en iid.com. Trabajemos juntos para estar frescos y para ahorrar energía este verano.
Second and 35. The ball at the Central 49-yard line. So Central with 3 receivers here to the near side. Charlie and Damien in the backfield. On the far side is Bubba's Garcia.
Defensive backfield playing back right now, John. They don't want to allow the big play over their heads, so want to keep everything underneath.
Don't want to get beat deep. Quick pass, right flat.
Slip screen goes nowhere.
And that's Bubba's Garcia.
Brings up third down.
Met up right there.
Coach Peña calls another timeout.
Another timeout. Peña's going to call his timeouts. Tonight's game is brought to you by the Town Pump Steakhouse. Open Tuesday through Saturday. Call 760-344-3663 for reservations. Located at 200 West Main in Westmoreland. The Town Pump serves up a delicious and savory steak and lobster dinner. Come by and experience a Valley tradition for over 50 years. And by Marianne Valenzuela Fenley, your State Farm insurance agent. Like a good neighbor, she's located at 528 G Street in Brawley. Call Marianne Valenzuela Finley at 344-0447 for all your insurance needs. By Ojeda Industries, Tony and Patricia Ojeda serving the Imperial Valley for all your industrial and agricultural needs and specializing in hydraulic service and repair. Located in Brawley at 1698 Jones Street. By Havens Landscaping for all your rock and landscaping materials needed for your home or business. Give Havens a call at 352-6735. And by the El Centro Police Department, we are dedicated to serve our community through partnerships, professionalism, and uncompromising excellence. Quality of life, protection, and service is our commitment. The El Centro Police Department. Well, Butch, we've got 33 seconds to go in this first half. Central with a third and very long, the ball at midfield. And Damien and Charlie Sullivan, the big show tonight here on the hallowed ground of Cal Jones Field.
Once again, John, the defensive backfield's playing deep, allowing everything underneath, so no big play in that.
Oh, there it is.
And we got another penalty on the field.
Number 53.
What is that, 4 or 5 times already that they've done that?
I'm not even counting.
Jesus.
So 53 overzealous Thomas Ibarra. Now he has, you know, these guys are just, they're itching, but you got to have that discipline, Butch. 3 receivers here to the near side. Artie Estrada split. And Sergio Garcia split on the other side. Marini in motion. Damien Rodriguez has time. Looking for a receiver.
Oh, pass interference.
And pass interference. Number 7 for the Bulldogs.
Jose Lara.
Jose Lara was all over him like a cheap suit. So it'll be good for Central as they're moving the ball up.
And that's what you want in a pass. Give the opportunity for the receiver to go up and get it. And if they, interfere with it, then even better. So Unfortunately, that's a big mistake. You got 27 seconds. That's what Central wanted to happen, a big play. You're giving them a big play and an opportunity to get close to the goal line. Now they're going to be closer and have an opportunity to get the ball in the end zone.
And in the green zone at the 30. So Central converts on this. They'll be able to convert possibly on the 4th down.
Well, John, you got 27 seconds. You got at least a couple of plays. So I don't think they'll go right at the end zone now. Gain some yardage and have the opportunity to get closer to the end zone to score.
It's third down at the 30.
Possible in intermediate routes.
3rd and 15. Damian Rodriguez, once again, dropping back over the middle. Pass is caught.
Garcia.
Sergio Bubas Garcia, not quite enough for the 1st down. The clock keeps ticking. Will they be able to get this one off? It's a 4th down.
Got 10 seconds.
Going to the right. And the pass is caught in the end zone. Unbelievable. Number 3, Sergio Garcia.
Great catch.
Bubas was guarded well, but was able to come up with the football and score a touchdown with no time left on the clock in the 2nd quarter.
And that was a great pass again from Damian Rodriguez, who put it in a position where you give the opportunity to catch it.
Great catch. Great football here tonight. Miles Rodriguez with a point after, which will take us into the locker room. The snap, the set is good.
Kick is up. Kick is good.
And so that ends the first half of play. Central's up by 21. We'll be back with more in a minute on the Valley Sports Network.
Reducing energy use during the summer is more important than ever. This summer, IID encourages you to do your part by setting your thermostat to 78 degrees or higher, avoiding the use of large appliances between 4 and 9 p.m., and turning off all unnecessary lighting. But there's more. IID provides a number of summer energy-saving opportunities to help you make the most of your energy savings efforts. Check out our tips and energy saving guides at IID.com. Let's work together to stay cool and save energy this summer.
Whether you're looking to purchase or sell, your next home awaits. Give the Dom team a call. With over 50 years of experience and over 100 years in the Imperial Valley, Andy and Doug can help you find the right home at the right price fast. Visit us online at www.thedomteam.com and let Andrew and Doug find the perfect home for you. Call today, 760-337-8600.
Selection features the Matrix on the As we enter introduce the 2020 Homecoming Queen nominees, we would like to thank Ms. Silva and senior class for organizing our homecoming festivities. A special thanks to you and Bill Valley Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram for your continuation, support, and providing vehicles for tonight's event. Our first queen candidate is Kiana Marie Zelaya. Kiana is 17 years old, the daughter of Mario Zelaya and Georgina Madrid. In the near future, she plans on attending SDSU to pursue a degree in psychology and music. Kiana is currently a 4-year member of the Great Spartan Band and is a section leader for the Centro. Kiana is involved in varsity softball and a member of the FCA. Tonight, Kiana is escorted by her mother and stepfather Georgina Madrid and Timothy Blackburn. Our second selection features the Spartan drill team here in the member hit Fireball. features the tall flags on the pitbull hit, Times of Our Lives. Time of Our Lives. Third queen candidate is Amanda Nicole Tenari. Amanda is 17 years old, the daughter of Ethan and Betsy Tenari. In the near future, she plans on attending IBC and SDSU to pursue a degree in criminal justice. Then plans to enlist in the United States Air Force. Amanda is a manager for our cross-country team and a member of the Legal Law Academy. Tonight, Amanda is spoken this morning by her brother, Ethan Tenari. As the homecoming candidates make their way down the field, the band will play their final selection from Pitbull. Here it is. It's called Feel This Moment. Tonight we welcome back Susana Hernandez, the former homecoming queen from the graduate class of 2022. Susana is currently attending San Diego Mason College. She is part of the women's cross-country team and a women's track team. Susana is a student liaison for the college district and is currently pursuing a degree in computer science. As the homecoming candidates make their way down to the field, we'd like to again say thank you to the Imperial Valley Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram dealer for their continued support in providing the vehicles for tonight's event. Thank you. And the moment you have been waiting for. You've been waiting to see who is going to be the 2022 homecoming queen, right? Make some noise if you want to know who it is. You got to do better than that. We're going to try this one more time. We want you to stop all over this place. Stop your feet as we get ready to announce the winner, the homecoming queen. I have the envelope right here in my hand. Brian, what do you say? Should we just let them know? We got to be louder, or else I can't do this.
I can't hear them well enough, Joe.
We want to hear a round of applause.
This crowd needs to be lit. Let's hear it, everybody. That's a litigious cheer. And now the envelope is open. Go ahead, Joe. Let us know.
Congratulations to our 2022 queen, and her name is... All right, here we go. Miley Padilla. Congratulations to Miley Padilla.
Duck wants to remind everyone to stay active, play safe, and be cool this summer. Even if you don't have access to a swimming pool, there are plenty of other ways to cool off without going near canals. To play it safe, please remember Dippy Duck's rules. Never swim in a canal, never play near canals, and never jump into a canal. If you see someone fall in, get help or call 911. If something drops in accidentally, let it go. Things can always be replaced, but your life can't. Just stay away, and you'll stay alive.
Duck quiere recordarle a todos que se mantengan activos, jueguen seguros y que sean cool este verano. Si no tienes acceso a una alberca, hay muchas maneras de refrescarte sin acercarte a los canales. Para estar seguro, recuerda las reglas de DP Duck. Nunca nades en un canal, nunca juegues cerca de un canal y nunca te metas a un canal. Si ves a alguien caer en un canal, busca ayuda o llama al 911. Mantente alejado y seguirás vivo.
At Burgers and Beer, our customers are like family. Let's hear what a few of them have to say about us.
We're here at Burgers and Beer with the best burgers in town.
We get to sit together and enjoy the great food.
I like from Burgers and Beers and the lemonade.
For the fresh iced tea, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
This is wonderful, very fast, very efficient.
I love the great food and family environment. I love the burgers and the customer service.
So come and see us and find out for yourself at Burgers and Beer.
Reducir el uso de energía durante el verano es más importante que nunca. Este verano, IID le anima a hacer su parte al ajustar su termostato a 78 grados o más, evitar usar electrodomésticos principales de 4 a 9 p.m. y apagar luces innecesarias. Pero aún hay más. IID ofrece un número de oportunidades de ahorro de energía. Conozca nuestros consejos de ahorro de energía en iid.com. Trabajemos juntos para estar frescos y para ahorrar energía este verano.
Reducing energy use during the summer is more important than ever. This summer, IID encourages you to do your part by setting your thermostat to 78 degrees or higher, avoiding the use of large appliances between 4 and 9 p.m., and turning off all unnecessary lighting. But there's more. IID provides a number of summer energy-saving opportunities to help you make the most of your energy savings efforts. Check out our tips and energy saving guides at iid.com. Let's work together to stay cool and save energy this summer.
Back here at Cal Jones Field with Butch Morales, John Moreno from the Chocolate Mountains to the Sea of Cortez. All along the border on a Thursday night, it's homecoming here at Central Union High School. We're just about to start the second half of play. The Bulldogs down 21-0. The vaunted Spartan offense making big plays in the first half. We'll see how the second half comes along. Butch, your thoughts on the first half of play?
A great game, John. I survived my first broadcasting experience, so I'm having fun. It's exciting. Both teams are playing well, but obviously making some mistakes there at the end. 21-0 at the half. Calexico needs to step up, mix the run and the pass, or mix the runs, going to the right, to the left, and middle. Not just rely on one guy to run the ball. We got to mix it up in order for them to get positive out, keep the drive, sustain the offense on the field, and have the defense for Central stay off the field, or the offense stay off the field. Damien Rodriguez has been playing excellent. He's been on the money on a couple passes for touchdowns. Sullivan needs to get going on the run. I think they're going to probably come to him a little bit more to grind that clock down a little bit more. So I'm excited to see a second half game, and hopefully, like I mentioned, Calexico could make it more competitive and closer, tighter game. So all in all, it's been a great game, great atmosphere, homecoming for Central, wonderful, great experience, John.
And got the Calexico Bulldogs with that new quarterback, Julian Silva. Coming into his zone, it's been very it's full of pressure from for Calexico, as Sean Torres and David Esquer, the first and second team running quarterbacks, are injured. So we'll see what the Bulldogs can bring to the Central Spartans here as we start the second half of play. And we want to send Bulldog greetings out to our friend in Arkansas, Bentonville. No, not Bentonville, Fayetteville, I think it is. Dr. Kenny James, who was my freshman football coach, who's tuning in tonight from the class of 1968. Kenny, I hope you're enjoying this game, and let's see what happens to the Bulldogs and the Spartans as we start the second half of play.
Here we go, John.
Luis Martinez kicks it off.
Marini
brings it up the field and brought down by number 25 for Calexico. That is Damian Hurtado. So Marini will take it to the 30, and the Spartans take over.
So we'll see who makes the adjustments here, John. See what kind of adjustments Calexico does to either stop those big plays and keep everything underneath and make good tackles, not making mistakes on the line and giving free yards. That's pretty much what they've been doing. Yeah. They got to be disciplined. So we'll see what the second half brings, John.
Yeah, and that those offsides penalties are critical when you have 3 or 4 in a row. Damian Rodriguez, Charlie Sullivan. Back at it, Charlie Sullivan taking it to the outside. When he gets out there, he's lethal. He's bringing it down the field and picks up about 20 yards as he's thrown out of bounds at the 47 of Calexico.
They don't want to step in and make that tackle, John. Some of them just ran through him, and when he's 6'2", 6'1", 190 pounds, and runs hard as he does, you can't blame those younger kids to come in, but you have to get a body on him. You got to sacrifice your body.
You got to throw your body, wrap around, because just hitting him, he's going to keep going. So 1st and 10 for the Spartans at the Calexico 47-yard line. Marini in motion. Sullivan with a fake handoff. Damien over the middle.
Wide open.
A man is wide open, and that is the freshman with a touchdown running a seam pattern in the middle, number 15.
Emiliano Morales.
Emiliano Morales. You can't forget his name because you're Morales. So Emiliano takes it just like that. A beautiful pass by Damian Rodriguez.
Good read.
6 points on the board. Now it's 27-0. And the score is not indicative of how the Bulldogs have been playing because these are big plays by Central.
John, playing the quarterback position, when you go up to the line, there's a thing called pre-snap read. You got to be able to know where you're going with the ball prior to the snap. And he made a great pre-snap read and delivered an excellent throw.
And the extra point is blocked. So with 11:16 to go in the third, it's 27-0. The Calexico Bulldogs, for what it's worth, need to get on the board. And we'll be back with more in a minute.
Whether you're looking to purchase or sell, your next home awaits. Give the Dom team a call. With over 50 years of experience and over 100 years in the Imperial Valley, Andy and Doug can help you find the right home at the right price fast. Visit us online at www.thedomteam.com and let Andrew and Doug find the perfect home for you. Call today, 760-337-8600.
Miles Rodriguez kicking off for the Central Spartans. It'll go deep. Andrew Rivera bringing it up the field. And he'll take it to the 34, 33. So Calexico now in possession. We'll have to make some adjustments here. Hopefully they made him at halftime, and they'll bring him out here in the third quarter.
Good return there by, who was it?
Andrew Rivera.
Good return and good solid start right now. So now they got to keep the mindset that they're going to be able to move the ball. They cannot give up. Regardless of the score, they got to give it their all every single play in order for them to slowly chip at that lead.
Pradis stutter stepping and brought down there by
Jared Martin.
Jared Martin, number 22.
He's been kind of quiet all game. He does this, I believe, his first tackle, but
Brings up second.
And we'd like to get some updates tonight. Imperial and Hopeville playing the Ivy Classic, and that game is also on VSN with Cole Johnson and Jalen Fong. 27-0 in the third quarter, kind of like this game here. Quick pass, Marco Esquer, but
there you go, Martin again.
That's his second tackle.
That's a good tackle there. Read it well. You could tell he has speed. He's good in size. Read it well, and good pursuit and great tackle. Kid has some skills.
No gain on the play for Calexico, bringing up a 3rd and 10 from the 33.
John, it's tough. You know, when you have, like I mentioned, going back and no excuses, but third-string quarterback doesn't have the experience in a game with this magnitude, 27-0, to be able to provide that leadership and say we're not done and out. We got to keep on chipping.
Exactly, and he's rolling out and almost intercepted, as it was intended for number 11, I believe. Benjamin Rodriguez. So the Bulldogs will have to punt as 3 and out. So not faring very well in this first series of play here in the second half for Calexico.
It's crucial right now for the Bulldogs to have their leadership, their main players, to gather the team around and to keep on fighting. Otherwise, this game could get out of hand. They got to fight and keep on fighting, but it's important. This is when leadership counts, John.
Absolutely. Luis Martinez. It's a good punt, end over end. Gavin Marini with a fair catch inside the 40 at the Central 37-yard line. Tonight's game is brought to you by Driscoll's. Been serving the Imperial Valley since 1979. They take great pride in the years of experience and quality of custom silk screen and embroidery services. Make sure you stop by to check out their huge selection of sunglasses, sandals, and street clothes. Located at 1470 West State in El Centro. Buy Burgers and Beer. For the best burgers in town, it's Burgers and Beer at 260 North Imperial Avenue in El Centro. Open 7 days a week and serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Come and watch the VSN Game of the Week at Burgers and Beer. Damien and Charlie, Marini in motion, 1st and 10 for the Spartans. Charlie, Sullivan breaks a tackle, goes to the far side, lowers his shoulder, and just keeps going in overdrive.
He's a tough kid to bring down, John, with his size and his speed. Very elusive, like I mentioned earlier, and knows how to run with the ball.
Gains 8 yards, and he'll take it to the Spartan 47.
When you see a kid that's 6'1", close to 200 pounds, and the defensive average size is 5'8", 5'9", and coming at you, it's hard to sacrifice your body.
It's no fear, you know. He just keeps going. So 2nd and short for the Spartans. 9:34 to go, third quarter. Charlie Sullivan's taking a rest. Damien will hand it off to the fresh. No, that's number 35.
Gets the first down.
Nico Viesa
will get the first down. He'll grab 2 yards and take it to the to midfield. So a 1st and 10 for Central.
Nico Viesca's a sophomore, John. This kid is, up and coming. He's going to probably be the running back with the next couple of years. A great kid. I know him personally, runs hard, but very respectful. Very good kid to have on your team.
Thank you, Chain Gang.
Well, he's showing some. We've seen him in previous games, and he's been getting the ball, so he does look like a good runner with a lot of potential. Damian Rodriguez, Marini will get a 4 yards.
Andrew Rivera with the tackle, number 19. Good stop there, good pursuit and good breakdown, and good tackle.
Second and about 6.
So Calexico needs to step up. You've got Troy Marin, like I said, was injured for the last several games. Could have made a difference at Imperial, but we need him. You talked about senior leadership. That's Troy Marin.
You got Sullivan back in there at the running back position.
Sullivan gets the handoff. Troy Marin. And that's number 18 on the stop for Calexico.
Carlos Hernandez, senior linebacker.
Yeah, we haven't called his name much. No. We did last week, but
Marin made a good, he filled the hole but missed the tackle, but able to slow him down a little bit and had Carlos Hernandez make the tackle.
And those were the keys of the game tonight, was to contain Sullivan. If you can do that, then you'd have a chance of possibly being victorious, but it hasn't happened. 3 receivers to the left side. Sullivan's not in there.
No, it's Viesca.
Viesca. And Damian looks for Viesca coming out of the backfield. Gets the pass, and he's gone. Touchdown, Central, just like that. Calexico's letting this game get away from them. And another touchdown for the Central Spartans here tonight in the 3rd quarter.
That was a great, quick hitter, quick out to the outside, to the sidelines, and Viesca caught it, and you could see his quickness, John. He's got quick feet, and he just gives a different gear other than Sullivan. Somebody to bring in, somebody different, somebody who they haven't seen all game, and able to get him outside and throw him the ball.
And Milos Rodriguez with a point after barely gets it over the crossbar, but Calexico just kind of knocking the wind out of them. We'll be back with more in a minute on the Valley Sports Network. We're back 34-0. Central Spartans. They're getting set to kick off. Milos Rodriguez. Pooch kick.
Fair catch.
Down at the 26, number 27.
26-yard line.
That is Jesse Hernandez. So Calexico cannot make mistakes. We got to look for them to get on the board, but this has all been Central's night tonight here, homecoming.
The Bulldogs got to stay with their game plan, John, and that's physical football. But like I mentioned, they got to mix up their running game. You have 3 good, solid running backs, and just not send them downhill every single play. Mixed, counters, traps, options.
Silva. And that's Paradis, I believe, coming in.
That was a hard hit.
For number 30.
So Paradis picks up 2. We'll take it to the 30.
That was Martin again with the tackle, along with number 32, that is who's number 32? Rudy Lizaola. He's been in the mix with a handful of tackles tonight.
Yeah, and the Bulldogs just keep going down the middle all the time. You know, they need to try to go to the outside. They're here at the near hash mark.
They got the Wildcat offense.
There's movement there.
We have a
left tackle.
On the offense.
False start.
Putting the Bulldogs back 5 steps.
So a second and 12. Ball at the 25.
We got Prades taking the snap from the center.
And kind of a wildcatting it.
Outside.
And he's looking for some room as he goes to the far side. Doesn't get it.
And he gains about
Number 8, Nehemiah Harris with a good solid tackle. Good stop by him. He was able to come up and hold him to about maybe 6 or 7 yards. So now it's going to be 3rd and about 7 yards or 6 yards.
The ball at the 31.
A big welcome to the Calexico Bulldog cheerleaders. That's a neighborly gesture for them to come visit. And what a squad they have.
Prades again with a wildcat coming this way. Not quite enough for a first down. He's about a yard shy. Picking up almost 5 yards.
They're going to go no huddle, John. And Prades is, again, playing the Wildcat position.
And he'll get the first down.
And he gets a first down.
And it seems to be working for now.
It's tough. You know, when you're counted to run the ball 3 times, go right, go left, and up the middle, it'll wear you down.
Oh, absolutely. In the no huddle.
Yeah. But, I mean, what else can you do when you don't have your starting 2 quarterbacks?
55, Julian Cortez.
So they're going back with Silva in the quarterbacking position. On a 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Under 5 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Two receivers split out to the far side. Canchola. And will not be able to move it as the pass wasn't there.
Brings up 2nd down for Calexico.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Imperial Valley College in collaboration with Imperial County Behavioral Health Services. Cordially invite you to take action at their annual World Mental Health Day Summit tomorrow, Friday, October 7th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at IVC. Join us in this free workshop, lunch, and live music. The theme is taking action.
That was a good play. The last play, John, it just didn't execute it. You know, you have, like I mentioned, 24 just that needs more reps at practice so they could execute those plays.
Yeah, those little short passes is what Calexico needs to work on. 2nd and 10. Castro will just pound his way forward, picking up 7, and will take it to the Calexico 46.
Good run by 26, the Castro. He's pretty shifty. He's able to sidestep and avoid a tackle and get extra yards after contact.
We haven't seen that pass play that, you know, Calexico needs to start executing. It's just ground and pound the majority of the time. So hopefully with his 3rd and 4, shifts going on. Prades gets the first down, carries some guys with him, and crossing midfield to the Spartan 47, 48.
John, this team right now is not designed with the personnel that they have to really push the ball down the field and throwing the ball. They're doing an excellent job with what they got him here, which is their offensive line. They're pushing. Now they're gaining 5-6 yards every carry. So they just got to continue that momentum, but mix it up with the 3 running backs that they have.
And they've got Castro now in there. Andres Castro on a 1st and 10. Castro will get it right there, the A-gap, and he's pounding, continues to pound and pick up 8 yards. We'll take it to the Spartan 40.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
41.
Another good run by Castro. He's a junior, John. He'll be back next year, so I'm looking forward to see how he does, finishes the season out and into next season.
Now we've got a good crop of kids coming up. And Coach Solano has been able to work well with them and his coaching staff.
Well, they're doing an excellent. My compliments to them. They started off really hot. I mean, 5-1 is no joke. I mean, they've competed. It's just a hard thing to do is stop these Spartans tonight.
Silva keeps it, crossing the 40 to the Spartan 37.
They're mixing it up now. Now they're getting the quarterback to run. They're misdirection one way and going the other way. They got to continue that. They got right now. They have the defense, the Spartans' defense on their heels, and they're pushing them back. I see a lot of these kids that are out there now, though they're not their starters on the defensive side.
So you coach a lot of the kids from all the Valley schools.
Yes, during the off season, we get together, and a majority of them are Calexico, El Centro, that come out, and we work on throwing the football, catching the ball. So
right up the middle.
Another good run.
Andres Castro picks up 12. They'll move the chains. And you have the camps at local high schools as well.
Yeah, we had a camp this year. Ooh, he's down.
Castro's having a hard time getting back up.
I hope he's okay. He's been doing excellent here lately.
He's been the workhorse of the last series of play.
I think he's okay, John.
Yeah, kind of shaken up a bit, maybe frustrated with himself. So you'll be having camps in the off season in the spring, right? It's February, March.
Yes, this past camp was done during the summer. I wanted to do it right before going into the season of football, and we did at Calexico High School. Had a great turnout, about 45 kids, 50 kids, and it's kids from the Valley, kids that play pretty much that work out with me in the off season. A quarterback, Damian Rodriguez, Sean Torres, David Esquer, and there was some receivers that go out there. It was a quarterback, receiver, and DBs. So as a receiver, you always like to have the DBs so you could go one-on-one with them and compete. And I had a great group of coaches that helped out. It was a good event, and it's something that doesn't happen here in the Valley. All these camps we go to, our kids are going to San Diego, and there's some kids that can't afford it. So that's why we want them to get in here and get that exposure and get that repetition.
And you build that camaraderie amongst your fellow teams, your fellow teammates, but teams in the league, both the Desert League and the IVL.
To me, it's just getting that extra work. It's the repetitions. The more reps you get, the better you become. There's some kids that, go to San Diego. That's perfectly fine. But there's a lot of kids here in the Valley that don't do it. They either can't afford it, don't have the means to do that. So that's who I'm kind of tailoring it to, and somehow get those kids, game to another level. That's my whole priority.
Timeout with a 2nd and 17 with the ball at the 34-yard line. And hold on to that thought, because we're going to talk about the linemen to see what's happening with them in the camps that you hold. RDO sells the best brands like John Deere, Vermeer, Topcon, and Ritgen Group, and more. On State Route 86 in Imperial, whether you're a seasoned pro in precision ag or just getting started, RDO equipment is what you need for your success in the field. By Mark Esqued Realty, your hometown real estate office in Calexico, and serving the entire Imperial Valley for 30 years. Go see Mark Esqued at Esqued Realty at 357-9707. Esqued Realty, the mark of excellence. And by Arctic Air Conditioning and Heating, we know that having the right people on the job is just as important as choosing the best equipment. Our York-trained professionals provide you with top-quality equipment, skilled installation, and an expert analysis of your comfort needs. Contact Arctic Air Conditioning and Heating at 352-8855. And by Reach Medical Response Service, Donnie Wharton reminds you that when seconds count, you can depend on Reach Medical Transportation Services. So a 2nd and 17 for Calexico at the Spartan 34-yard line with Julian Silva and Andres Castro in the back for the Bulldogs.
Hey, John, the Bulldogs have chewed up some good time on the clock here, so they got to keep that drive going.
And Castro get the ball, and he's kind of bend over backward.
He's okay. He's okay.
So is the camp that you work, are they working with the linemen?
No, that's something that's highly needed. You know, here in the Imperial Valley, I'm the only one that specializes in a specific position. We need somebody who specializes and works with the Imperial Valley kids, not only at linemen, but the defensive backs. That's a skill that needs to be developed. We don't have, when we play these San Diego teams, we can't cover like they cover because they have more resources.
Pass intended for Marco Esquer and goes incomplete. Throws a little bit behind. Yeah. So this quarterback, Julian Silva, is only a junior or is a senior?
No, he's a senior, John. His first year playing with the Bulldogs.
Okay, so you'll be working with
Sean Torres is somebody who put in a lot of work this past offseason. I'll continue to work with him. Damien, unfortunately, he's a senior, so if he continues to play, then absolutely. Damien's another kid that put in a lot of work this past season.
You worked with a left-hand quarterback? I mean,
that's tough. It's tough. That's one of the most challenging things when you're trying to demonstrate something and you're trying to do it from the left side.
Right.
It's a little awkward, if you will.
Okay. I kind of figured that.
But we get my point. I get my point across.
That's good. The learning is taking place.
Absolutely.
4th and 17, the Bulldogs with Julian Silva in the backfield. Andres Castro. Low snap, but he's able to get it off. And it's a dying quail. And intercepted by number 9, Artie Estrada. So the number 9? Did I call the wrong number? Anyway.
I think it was number 8, John.
Okay.
Perez, Nehemiah Perez.
Okay, so.
But it's a lot to put on this kid, number 24.
Right.
Like I mentioned, he came in, I think, in the 3rd week of the season. Hasn't had to have any reps, or a little bit when he came in because that's the week or after David got hurt. But when you have the preseason to work, you have, going into this all summer long to get out there and throw the football, it's only going to help you improve throwing the football. So
right.
It's a lot to ask for him.
Right, and he wasn't there to work in the off season. So Bulldogs just turned the ball over.
You don't expect your starting quarterback and your second string quarterback to go down that same season.
No.
It's tough. It's tough. They just got to find a solution and stay together. The Bulldogs have to stay together to finish the season out strong, and they will probably make the playoffs. So from now to then, how do they create a better team, more cohesive, better timing? It's just getting more reps, John.
Right. Practice makes perfect.
Absolutely.
We're starting the 4th quarter of play with the Spartans back at their own 10-yard line.
So it looks like they've taken out the starters for the receivers, and you got the Viesca as their running back.
And Damian Rodriguez out of the shotgun. Viesca in the backfield. And he'll take the handoff. And he is brought down quickly by number 2 for Calexico.
Pasaraba. Andrew Pasaraba.
And he just,
great tackle.
Yeah, right.
Just stay low and take the legs out. That's what when you're not very big, you have to find ways on taking the tackle, and going low is the key thing. Taking his legs out.
2nd and 10 from the 10. Penalty flags.
Got a penalty on the field.
Are they counting the players? No flag.
And they waved the flag off.
So underway here in the fourth quarter, 34-0 Central. Damian Rodriguez. And Viesca. Hands it to number 41.
Number 41 gets
And stopped there by Pedro Rioseco, number 41 being
by number 13.
Timothy Blackburn.
Frankie Loera.
Wasn't able to get much there. In fact, he loses 3 yards.
Great textbook tackle right there by number 12. He met him at the line of scrimmage and kept his legs going. Rioseco, it was an excellent tackle. So it's a little bit more challenging right now for Central when they got their second stringers on the running back receiver side. At least they're getting some playing time, which would be fun for them.
So trying to draw them off sides. Quick pass.
Slip screen to number 11.
Ivan Flores.
Ivan Flores will pick up pretty close to 8 yards on the reception.
Good catch and run by Ivan Flores.
4th down.
They'll punt for the first time tonight. Kicker number 25.
9 minutes and 52 seconds, John. Hopefully Calexico is able to put a drive. Their last drive, they were able to, like I mentioned, choose some time off the clock and drive from their side of the field to Central side of the field. They just got to continue it.
Right.
Continue, run it. Their offensive line is pushing them back, so just go with what's working.
And that's Miles Rodriguez with a punt.
Good punt.
Nice.
Then not returning it. Could have been returned, but Frankie Loera Rodriguez did choose not to return it.
A punt return is a difficult skill to have. Having that ball up in the sky, coming and get it, and then having to look at who's coming right at you.
Yeah.
My respects to punt returners. It's a challenging, difficult skill to have.
Well, you got to keep looking at the field and looking who's coming at you. You got to keep moving that head up and down. So Calexico will be able to get the ball now and hopefully try to take it up the field with 9:20 to go in this football game, down 34-0.
They just got to keep mixing at it. They got 3 good running backs, like I mentioned, go up the middle, counter left, counter right, and just have the offensive line push them back. So
Silva, Pradis taking some guys with him, and he'll pick up 10. So it'll be 1st and 10 again for Calexico.
Number 72 on the tackle. I don't even have him on the roster.
72.
Oh, okay, hold on. That was Leonardo Camarena with the tackle.
We see number 66, that's Diego Hernandez. He comes in the game.
So 1st and 10 from the 40 for Calexico. Pradis once again hit hard by 45 for the Spartans.
Number 45 for the Spartans, Albert Navarro, senior linebacker.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Jimmy Sanders Architecture and Engineering. Is proud to support Imperial Valley football, and he wishes all Imperial Valley schools a safe and successful season. Also by Grasso's Italian food, a family tradition since 1955. Go see my buddy Hank and try the best Italian food in the valley at Grasso's in El Centro. Ask for the double-sided garlic bread. I know what I'm telling you. Shovel pass right there to Canchola down the far side, near sideline, and it gets pushed out of bounds by number 35. That is Nico Viesca.
Hey, John, I was just about to say they have to find a way to give the ball to number 33, Canchola. He actually is averaging more than any running back of about 12 to 13 yards a carry. opposed to 9 or 8 yards from the other running backs. So he's got explosive movements and explosive. He's pretty explosive when he gets to the outside, as you could see right now. So find a way they're mixing it up now. So now they're getting, 30 yards, 20 yards. Now they're getting close to the score.
And Canchola comes, he'll give it to Castro, left side. Castro not much there with a couple yards. Tonight's game is brought to you by Imperial Printers, from business cards to yard signs and everything in between. Give us a call at 352-1300. Imperial Printers in El Centro. What can we print for you today? And when it comes to healthcare, InterCare is here to help with locations throughout the Imperial Valley. Formerly Clínicas de Salud del Pueblo, InterCare, improving the health and wellness of the community. So a 2nd and 9 for Calexico. The handoff to Castro.
No gain on the play.
Met at the line of scrimmage.
Tripped up again by number 43.
7 minutes to go in this football game.
Number 56, Michael Fisher, was on the tackle there. He did outstanding, avoided the block, and was able to shed off the block and find the running back and make the tackle. Good job.
Third and 9, the ball at the 24.
All the way down.
Calexico going in. Zeus Pradis from this Wildcat gets the blocks, finds room, and he's gone. Touchdown, Calexico. Zeus Pradis from 24 yards out in the Wildcat position, finally putting 6 points on the board for the Bulldogs.
John, he's a hard runner, hard-nosed runner. He won't get out of the way if you try to tackle him. He'll try to go down and hit you. But very strong, very fast, and it showed what he's capable of doing there. Good job.
And he had excellent blocking upfield.
Yes, he sure did. The receivers blocked well, were able to allow him to have that running lane there.
Luis Martinez with the point after.
Kick is up.
And it is good. It goes into the STEM building. So with Calexico on the board with an extra point by Luis Martinez and a 24-yard touchdown run by Zeus Pradis. We'll be back with more in a minute on the Valley Sports Network. So Calexico finally gets on the board here late in the fourth quarter. 34 now, 34-7, and they'll get the kickoff to the vaunted Central Spartans. For Butch Morales and the not-so-well Victor Carrillo, this is John Moreno at Cal Jones Field. It's homecoming for the Central Spartans on the Valley Sports Network. And I must say it again, from the Chocolate Mountains to the Sea of Cortez, all along the border on a Thursday night. This is exciting Imperial Valley football on VSN. So we're getting started as the Bulldogs will be kicking off to the Central Spartans.
Here we go, John. Another, another possibility of putting a stop to their offense here. Another opportunity, I want to say. So their defense got to step up, hopefully go for that ball.
Pooch kick to number 23 for the Central Spartans. That is Ethan Thomas. And he will be brought down at about the 39.
So as a defensive mentality, now you got to go get that football, cause a turnover, fight for somehow like they did earlier. Troy Martin took that ball away from him. So now they just got to be aggressive and go after that football so they could create a turnover.
An update with the Imperial Hauteville game, 41-0 Imperial at Imperial High School. 41-7. Okay.
We got a
Thank you.
timeout, Calexico.
Timeout is called. Tonight's game is also brought to you by the Town Pump Steakhouse, open Tuesday through Saturday. Call us at 344-3663 for reservations. Located in Westmoreland, the Town Pump serves up a delicious and savory steak and lobster dinner. Come by and experience a valley tradition for over 50 years. By Marianne Valenzuela, your State Farm insurance agent in the Imperial Valley. Like a good neighbor, she's located at 528 G Street in Brawley. Call Marianne Valenzuela Fenley at 344-0447 for all your insurance needs. By Letterman and Bros for all your custom Letterman jacket needs serving Yuma and Imperial Valley. Call Dan at 693-5034. By the Dom Team for all your real estate needs, give Doug or Andrew Dom a call at 337-8600. For business, residential, and farmland real estate, it's the Dom Team. With recycling now more important than ever, CR&R Incorporated has developed innovative and recycling reuse programs. CR&R Incorporated, the face of a greener generation. So a 1st and 10 for Central. Damian Rodriguez out of the shotgun. Viesca right there, but stopped by Pedro Rioseco. No gain on the play. Excuse me, Alejandro Parra, the ball carrier, as they're substituting freely. The Central Spartans giving those reserves a chance of playing the game and getting some game time. 6:04 and counting in this football game.
We also have number 58, Israel Santiago.
Calexico will still have a chance to get that ball back if they put a stop. If they get the ball back, they get an opportunity to score. But once again, they got to go get that football.
2nd and 10 for the Spartans.
Number 34 with the ball.
Another good run for Parra, but stopped again by the good tackler, Pedro Rioseco. And Esteban Esquer also in on the stop for Calexico.
Third and 5 here.
So 5 minutes to go in this football game. Damian Rodriguez, is he still in there?
Yes, he's still in there.
Number 24.
Great tackle by number 28, Luis Alcalá.
And Cesar Becerra, the ball carrier, picks up a yard.
4th and about 5.
And the punting unit will be coming out for the Spartans here. And with 4.5 minutes to go, we'll give the Calexico Bulldogs another chance, hopefully to score.
That's what you want right now.
But you got a Division II team,
yes,
rated number 4 in San Diego section in their division, and Calexico number 6 in Division 4. So this, you know, this is what it's all about now. The 5 divisions in San Diego section. And the higher division, you know, usually
Central's a tough team, John.
Yeah.
They got a lot of weapons, a lot of skilled position players.
The ball bounces off number 30, Zeus Pradis, but he's able to hang on to it.
This is a big test for them right now. They got 90 yards to drive the football with 3 minutes and 56 seconds, approximately 90 yards. So what you're building now is not for this game. You're building for the next game. You're building for confidence. You're building for your team to have the ability to work on the offense, to get continuity, to get timing, and also to put that ball in the end zone, see what your team's made out of. So it's a big test for them to drive down the field with 3 minutes and 56 seconds, see what they do right now.
And, you know, you've got the mindset of keeping the fight going, you know. It's not over until the whistle blows, and, you know, whatever side's on the losing end, but you've got to build up that confidence for the next game, which is homecoming against Southwest next week. For Calexico. And I believe Central will be playing possibly Imperial. They haven't played yet. We will check the schedule before the night is through. Pradis running hard, Butch, and picking up 11 yards.
They got to mix it up, John. Continue to mix it up with the 3 running backs. You got Canchola. You got, what's the other kid's name? 26?
Castro. Andres Castro.
Yes.
So a 1st and 10 for Calexico. Pradis will get the handoff.
And Seuss gets tackled by number 55. That's Julian Cortez.
Julian Cortez with the tackle, number 55, is a senior linebacker. Good tackle there. Now you got these reserves. Imagine being a reserve, don't get a lot of playing time. You got Pradis, who's close to 200 pounds and runs hard. And you got to get your body and sacrifice for your team. That's a tough thing, a tough task coming from the sidelines, not playing all game. Now you're put in the game and have to tackle him.
Under 3 minutes to go. That's absolutely right, Butch. Under 3 minutes to go with a 2nd and 6 at the 33. Pradis with a handoff again. Trying to turn it upfield. He's got room at the 50, the 45, the 40, and will be pushed out of bounds at the 36.
You got 4 Spartans rallied around him and pushed him out of bounds. That's the one way you're going to be able to stop 30.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Hart Insurance Center. Over 70 years, Hart Insurance has provided insurance solutions to the residents of Brawley, El Centro, and the surrounding areas. We have a heart for insurance. By Jesus Cachu Escobar, Supervisor District 1 wishes all the Valley teams a great season. By Johnny's Burritos, that's Johnny and Ana Maria Palomino since 1963 with locations in Imperial and Brawley. Andres Castro takes the handoff and going up the middle to the 30, a pickup of 6. And by Ivy Welding and Mechanical, industrial welding contractor serving the geothermal and all industrial facilities in the Imperial Valley. Give Fred Baeza a call at 760-482-WELD. By Que Pasa Calexico with Jose Alejos, who's got some great podcasts in store for you. Check him out. Que Pasa Calexico. Learn, grow, and make the Imperial Valley a better place. Another handoff to Castro. And he's just pounding his way up the field, picking up 4, almost good enough for a first down. Stopped by Albert Navarro, number 45. 1.25 minutes to go in this football game. The clock keeps ticking.
Hey, they've driven the ball down the field, John.
90 yards, like you said, but they're at the 27.
And they got to make it urgent in 1 minute and 12 seconds here. Clock's running. 3rd and 1. Let's get the first down.
1 timeout left for Calexico. Pradis on the left side. And he'll get the first down inside the 20 to the 17.
He took it upfield, John, had the ability to still extend it outside. When you're running and have the sidelines, use the sideline as your guide or as something that could help you out. You just got to keep on going outside. He had a chance and they were able to tackle him because he didn't bounce it outside. But you could tell he's running a little slower. He's a little winded this drive. He's been asked to run the ball quite often. So now they, like I mentioned, mix it up. You got Canchola who ran a big play earlier. Why don't you give him the ball on going to the outside? Misdirection.
Exactly, kind of change it up.
Pass.
Over the middle, a beautiful pass is caught. Touchdown to number 27, Jesse Hernandez. And that's the beautiful spiral we needed to see. Oh,
good
about
throw.
time.
It was an excellent throw by your third-string quarterback, asking him to deliver a throw for 20-some yards, but threw a perfect strike. Nice catch by the receiver. The defense did not do a good job. Let the receiver get behind him, and that's what allowed him to throw the ball for a touchdown.
So 27 seconds to go in this football game. Calexico scores again. And as they go for the point-after attempt by Luis Martinez, and splits the uprights, and so with 27 seconds, 34-14 Central. We'll be back with more in a minute on the Valley Sports Network.
Hippie Duck wants to remind everyone to stay active, play safe, and be cool this summer. Even if you don't have access to a swimming pool, there are plenty of other ways to cool off without going near canals. To play it safe, please remember Dippy Duck's rules. Never swim in a canal, never play near canals, and never jump into a canal. If you see someone fall in, get help or call 911. If something drops in accidentally, let it go. Things can always be replaced, but your life can't. Just stay away, and you'll stay alive.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back here at Cal Jones Field where the Bulldogs just scored a touchdown pass from Julian Silva to Jesse Hernandez. And the point after by Luis Martinez was good as the Bulldogs are getting set to kick off to the Central Spartans, and which should be the last couple of plays of the game.
Hey, John, I had a quick question for you. Did they cover the spread, the Bulldogs?
No. Central was way over. Central was way over. But we've got a couple of players in the game, Butch. We like the way Damian Rodriguez, handled himself tonight, and so he'll be the Burgers and Beer player of the game. And on defense,
we got Jared Martin. He is a force on the defensive end side, had several good tackles. Unfortunately, they didn't get too much pressure because they didn't throw the ball much, but when he needed a stop, he got some stops there. So congratulations to them. Damon did an outstanding job with the exception of one throw, which was underthrown. But both of them had outstanding games, and congratulations to them.
And we thank Burgers and Beer and the El Centro Police Department for providing our players of the game tonight. Squib kick, and it'll be stopped. Emiliano Morales?
Yes, that's 15, Emiliano.
So the Spartans will more than likely get into a victory formation, or maybe one-run play. I think they'll get into that formation, and it'll be over.
'79 is Anthony Ramirez.
So looks like that's what they're going to do, and just run out the clock with 27 seconds.
Victory formation for the Spartans.
I'm glad the Bulldogs came back and fought, John. I think that's a big positive for them. They could take that into next game. It didn't go how they wanted it to go, but like I mentioned, they fought hard at the end and were able to successfully drive that ball down the field.
Absolutely, and that will be the end of the ball game with the Central Spartans coming out on top 34-14. We'll be back with more in a minute on the Valley Sports Network.
DP quiere recordarle a todos que se mantengan activos, jueguen seguros y que sean cool este verano. Si no tienes acceso a una alberca, hay muchas maneras de refrescarte sin acercarte a los canales. Para estar seguro, recuerda las reglas de DP Duck. Nunca nades en un canal, nunca juegues cerca de un canal y nunca te metas a un canal. Si ves a alguien caer en un canal, busca ayuda o llama al 911. Mantente alejado y seguirás vivo.
Well, Butch, you did your first game. You were outstanding tonight, giving us some insight that we haven't had in a while. Tell us, how do you feel about it?
It was a great experience, John. I was, like I mentioned, a little bit of jitters before, like if I was suiting up and playing those butterflies. But as we got along the game and the second half, I felt more comfortable. So, like I mentioned, it was a great experience. I thank you for it. Thank VSN for it. I appreciate it, and I look forward to doing it sometime soon again. That's fun.
Absolutely. We're gonna try to get you up here as much as possible. I'm having a hard time, and Vic has a hard time coming up the stands at Ward Field. Until he gets an elevator or an escalator, he's going to have a tough time. But we'd like to thank our listening audience tonight. We're going to award the VSN, or the Burgers and Beer, and the El Centro PD players of the game. I repeat, Damian Rodriguez and Jared Martin here for the Central Spartans. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors that made this broadcast possible. Arctic Air Conditioning and Heating with Cesar Rodriguez, the Imperial Valley College, founded in 1962, the El Centro Police Department, the Dom Team, Ojeda Industries, Havens Landscaping and Rock Supply, Inner Care since 1970, Esqued Realty, Burgers and Beer, Jaime Honnold, CR&R Incorporated, Environmental Services, Ivy Welding and Mechanical, Jesus Escobar, Marianne Valenzuela Family, State Farm Insurance, Sanders Incorporated, Architecture and Engineering, the IID, Reach Medical Response Service, Letterman and Bros, Custom Embroidery, Top Notch Barbershop, Driscoll's, Johnny's Burritos, the Town Pump Steakhouse, Hart Insurance Center, Ojeda Industries, Letterman and Bros, CR&R, Imperial Printers, Grasso's, RDO Equipment. I'd also like to thank, of course, our technician in the booth here, Jose Alejos, and of course our cameraman par excellent, Luis Panchito Garcia. From the Chocolate Mountains, join us next week. From the Chocolate Mountains to the Sea of Cortez, all along the border on a Friday night, where we will be going to VSN South. We'll be traveling to Holtville to call the Palo Verde and Holtville game. VSN North will be doing the Brawley Imperial game. Again, tonight's final score, Central 34, Calexico 14. For Vic Carrillo and Butch Morales, this is John Moreno saying good night on the Valley Sports Network.